I was raised and I'm up on my business. Cause I'm unstoppable. Ain't no hope in the wishing. Go. They told you that you couldn't do because you washed up. Ain't got no swag, girl said you should get you. Woo. Woo. Had to get my ice pack. Okay, guys, I'm back for another YouTube live. Somebody come on in so we can start talking about this thing. Let me send my emails. I got my very first email, guys. What is my email? Ain't got no swag, girl, so you should get your own stuff. But I got a plan, and you might not understand. I'ma go hard as I can. And I'm gonna be the boss of it. Just watch me do it, putting no limits on the swag on it. Walk right up to the front where I belong and brag on it. Go to the top, I'ma give it all I got. I guess at some point I'll have somebody follow me on Snapchat so I can learn. Okay. Last thing, Snapchat. All right, so there's my little bit of information. Tonight's live, we're going to be discussing episode 7, I think season 12, episode 7 of Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. I know that the most recent episode is episode 8. I know this already, okay? Understood. But I'm a little behind, okay, in my reality TV fix. So I decided on my little platform that I wanted to discuss episode 7. I was late watching it, but I needed to watch this episode. If you have not seen, and I don't care if you don't like reality TV, I don't care if you are not like into reality stars, or you don't really watch television, or that's just not your thing, or you feel like it's drama. I don't know. I don't care. This episode was so touching, so deep, so emotional, so eye-opening, so jaw-dropping. Everyone needs to watch this episode, especially Black people, especially Black people in the entertainment industry, okay? But everyone needs to watch this episode because I believe everyone's perception of people changes once you hear their story, a piece of their story, a little bit of their story. So go watch the episode. I don't know if I put a link. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll leave a link in the description so that way if you want to go back and watch it, then you can. But I put up a video earlier telling you I was coming on here at 10 o'clock, so you should have already watched it if you have not. Okay? So first thing we're going to talk about is what the episode was about. Now, I think it was called, hold on. The episode is called Breaking Bad. I guess the name came from the fact that you're like breaking maybe like bad habits and characteristics that you've acquired and accumulated your lifetime and lifespan based on your experiences. or maybe not. I don't know, but maybe that's what the title means. But the title is called, the episode is called Breaking Bad. Okay, I have my notes here on my trusty Obama here. I'm gonna try to stay focused and in order because that's what I'm training myself to do. First thing I want to talk about is how the episode aired. Oh, and it's dealing with childhood trauma. But first I want to talk about how the episode started. When the episode first came on, okay, on the end of episode 6, Carl, who is Little Mo's husband, I feel like since I know some people haven't watched this, that I should kind of give. Okay, there are 5 couples. Okay, Marriage Boot Camp is a reality TV show where couples come and they receive therapy, different activities, and resources so they can try to fix whatever problems they have going on in their marriage or their relationship. Okay, so on this particular season, it is the hip hop edition. So this show is mostly reality TV stars and musicians, but majority reality television stars. We have 5 couples. Okay, we have Sean and Jessica. We have Little Mo and Carl. We have Waka Flocka and Tammy. We have Nia and Soldier Boy. And then we have Little Fizz, aka Drew, and Tiffany. Okay. Let me go ahead and get that out the way because I want to make sure that you all know that we're on what page we're on as we turn these pages of this here live. Okay. So when it first comes on, Mo and Carl are in the presence of the 2 doctors. They have 2 doctors, Dr. Ish, and I forgot the woman's name, but I remember Dr. Ish because his name, I was like, dang, that's his name. But I remember him. So they have 2 doctors. And when it first comes on, Mo and Carl are in here with the doctors, and they're discussing the ending of what happened, the end of episode 6. On the end of episode 6, Little Mo's husband, Carl, was seen on FaceTime, okay, FaceTiming some lady who he later on, and who he told to tell him that she loved him, who he later on said was his sister to Dr. Ish, which turned out to be a lie. So now here we are coming into episode 7. Carl and Little Mo are in the room with this man. And the guy, I guess he's basically trying to get Carl to be honest, which is what Carl did say he would do initially, but he reneged on that and never did it, I guess because he was scared. So they're in the office and they're bringing it up to Little Mo, letting her know what happened. Carl, because Carl couldn't be man enough to do it himself, or wasn't man enough to do it himself. So Carl starts getting real defensive, okay? He starts getting real defensive. He starts getting angry with the doctors because he's not coming clean. He's not coming out with what was going on, who this woman was, what the phone call was about. I'm like, first of all, bro, they said there are over 27 cameras in this house, okay? You're at marriage boot camp. Like, why are you even here if you're going to do something that way? And somebody mentioned for you to do something like this stupid, where there are over 27 cameras and you're here in an effort to fix your marriage, you must want to get caught. Like, you must be looking for a way out. It kind of sort of makes me wonder if he wants Little Mo to divorce him because she's been married twice before. This is her 3rd marriage. He doesn't feel respected. He doesn't feel like he has holes anyway in the relationship. He feels like, and I don't know if she makes him feel this way or if it's the media or society or the people, who knows? But he feels less than. He doesn't feel like a man. And I don't know if this is some sort of mental compensation for him to feel better about himself and to compensate for feeling less than. I'm not sure, but this man obviously has a serious problem or he just does not care, okay? So while they're in there with these doctors, the man, Dr. Ish, is trying to get Carl to come clean about what happened. He's like, who is the woman? He gonna stand up like Carl stood up. He's all in the doctor's face like, what you ain't about to do is instigate this fight. And the doctor is just as calm. And let me tell you something. These are goals. You understand me? These are peace goals, okay? Self-control goals. Do you hear me? Carl stood up and was all in this man's face, all aggressive and being all belligerent and ignorant. And the entire time the doctor was sitting there in his seat, didn't flinch, didn't blink hard, didn't move. And he's staring up at this man. looking at him eye to eye, as as if to welcome any type of smoke that he was trying to bring. But after he said what he said, Carl backed up and sat back down because apparently he realized this man was not intimidated by him at all. Okay, ain't nobody intimidated by Carl. So anyway, all this goes on. Little Mo gets pissed off. She calls him the B word. It's like a scene on Maury. Is I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not trying to be funny, but it was like something off of Maury. She got up and was, just doing all this kind of stuff and just going crazy. Even saying that she knew or she thought she knew who the woman was in the FaceTime. I feel bad for her because I never want to be in a position to think I know who the other woman is. I don't want to know who she is. Are you serious? If that happens, I want it to be the first time it happened. I found out about it. And then if I forgive you and it comes up again, of course I'm gonna immediately think about this woman, but she really made it seem like Carl done cheated a lot. We all know by following them on social media and following them on reality TV, he's cheated quite often. Okay. So for her to know specifically who, or think she knows specifically who this woman is, that says a lot about the foundation of their relationship. You understand what I'm saying to you? But what really got me, what really threw me all the way off is that even with all of this going on, okay, they go back in the room to discuss it. I think they wake up to discuss it in the middle of the night or in the morning or something. When they get up to discuss it, I guess they call themselves trying to hide, but we can still hear. I mean, everybody can't, but for the ones of us who can still hear, we still heard what y'all said. He gonna put a sheet or something over the camera so we can't see them. But I mean, we can still hear you. We heard everything you said. I'm not sure what the point of all that was. Hey, 789, thank you for coming. I don't know what the point of all that was, but what baffled me the most is that I don't know if I'm baffled, but with everything that went on, the fact that you were blatantly disrespected on national television, on a marriage boot camp, a relationship fixing show, okay? Your husband blatantly disrespected you on a show where you guys came to fix your relationship. You understand what I'm saying? What kind of prioritizing is that? I ain't never seen that kind of priority. You ain't at the top if that's the case. That's crazy. But when he put the towel over the camera, they are speaking to one another. Little Mo goes on to tell him, listen, basically she said, listen, all I want from you is to know what's going on. I want you to give me a heads up, be honest with me, let me know what's going on with you so I know how to act when things come at me. So I know you got to do some damage control. You got to come in there and let me know before ish hits the fan. Dr. Ish, that was a pun. I love puns. But before ish hits the fan, I need to know what's going on. Then she goes on to say, I don't care about that FaceTime. I got you. What? Did you hear me? He was on FaceTime with another woman and said, tell me you love me. And she said, I love you. He said, good. And then he lied and said it was his sister. And then you turn around and say, just tell me the truth. I'm not mad at you. I don't care about the FaceTime. I got you. And then you worry about being disrespected. You worry about being cheated on. You worry about infidelity in your marriage. Are you not allowing this to take place, little Mo? I'm not understanding. Well, I can't lie and say I don't understand the logic behind it. But it's just, to me, a lot of times some stuff is laziness because you, at some point, you know better. You know better. You're just too lazy to do the work to fight that other person you created and become something new and different so that you no longer allow this type of behavior in your life. Like, honestly, it really shows that she has no self-worth, no self-value, no self-esteem. Her confidence is shot. She's already said she's been married twice, 6 years the first time, 6 years the second time, about to be 6 years with this man. She doesn't want that to be the case. But bro, if you keep going into these relationships and you're not whole and you're looking for another person, Really, you worried about the people to fill that void? You're gonna fail every time. And I can't even say I'm really shocked by her response to what happened, because I'm not sure if you guys saw the interview she did with the Breakfast Club, where she basically was saying Emily B should never have put Fabulous on blast when it was alleged, or when they showed video of him trying to fight her and her daddy and them. She was saying that you're not supposed to put certain things out there. You're supposed to keep certain things to yourself because of who he is. Are you serious? Because of who he is in the public eye, because of who he is for the people, she's supposed to sit there and allow herself to be abused, all for the people? Are you serious, Little Mo? So no, I'm not that surprised by her response. Okay. And it makes me feel a certain type of way when I try to be empathetic and sympathetic to certain situations, because I know that we all go through things and it is what it is. But girl, you know what's going on, and you're doing this to yourself on purpose. That's how it seems. Not to mention, when the season first started, didn't she say when it first started how people will get involved in their arguments, or in her husband's arguments, and they basically tell them just to leave it alone, let it go, because we argue all the time, but we're never going to break up. We're always going to stay together. So there's no reason or no need for you to get involved. She has that type of thinking. Like she is it seems like she's stuck. And then she tells the doctors the reason why she stays, being that she's Little Mo, the reason why she stays is because she doesn't want this man to go out and do something crazy and kill himself. But in at what point does your mental stability, at what point does your well-being take priority over this man choosing to make a stupid conscious decision? Or maybe it's not so conscious, but anyway, either way, when does your happiness, your well-being, your mental stability take precedence over the foolish decision and choice that another grown man wants to make? You can't control him. Let that man make whatever bad decision it is he makes, because it ain't gonna be your fault. You didn't do it. So that's what happened when it first came on. Okay. She basically kissed. They made up. She said, cool, I'm not mad at you. I'm gonna let it go. And I guess they chose to just move on. I don't know if this woman is so worried about her relationship or her marriage ending that she is just choosing to settle and just continue to take the same crap. I mean, she has absolutely no familiarity with boundaries whatsoever. Do you understand me? So that's how we first start coming into the show, okay? Now, the lesson for the show today is dealing with childhood trauma, okay? Like I said, dealing with childhood trauma. Bruh, I think if every person who is troubled, depressed, stressed out, in any type of way trying to cope with the everyday struggles of life, because you don't know how to handle your situation, you don't know how to deal with your problems, you have so much spiritual warfare going on and chaos, you don't know what to do. It seems like nothing you do is right. You take 2 steps forward, 10 steps backwards. You can't find happiness, you can't find love, you feel lonely, you feel abandoned, you feel neglected. All these things, you feel guilt, like you feel hate, you feel all of these things that you feel about yourself. And I don't think people really understand how serious it is when you have had childhood trauma. Everything that you have gone through as a kid, I mean, even as an adult, these things shape who you are. But it's more so or they change who you are. But when you're younger, it's like you're being molded and shaped, okay, into something, into something. And that something is built on a foundation of everything you see, here, and experience as a kid. So, being that that's the lesson for today, every time they do something or every episode, they have different activities that based on whatever the lesson is for the day. So at this point, they call everybody down and they tell everybody to sit around in the living room, and they tell everybody that today we're going to be dealing with childhood trauma. Immediately, as soon as they said that, Tiffany, who is Drew, aka Little Fizz, is they're in some sort of situationship. I'm not quite sure what's going on with them. I don't know why they're on the show. At first, I felt like they were wasting everyone's time by even being on the show, because it defeated the purpose, because they aren't really together. But now that I've watched episode after episode after episode, I'm so glad they're there. Regardless of whether or not they make it as a couple, these are things that they really, really, really needed for their life. Like these are lifestyle. This is lifestyle therapy. You understand what I'm saying? This is lifestyle therapy, something they need to take with them forever and ever into every relationship, situationship, whatever the case may be. This was necessary. God is intentional. He put them here for a reason. They might have came for a bag, okay? Because they're not together. They don't sleep together. They hadn't even seen each other for, I think she said, over a month before the show even started filming. And god dang, she didn't even know if he was coming. So I don't know what kind of situationship they got going on, honey. But at first I didn't know why they were there. And I was like, they need to go home because there's no point of them being here. But I was wrong because I know nothing. Okay. I know nothing about nothing. I was absolutely wrong. They most definitely needed to be at marriage boot camp, regardless of whether or not they were in a relationship. But immediately, Tiffany started crying. Okay. She started crying because she said that she didn't have a good childhood. She doesn't want to go back there. I know sometimes I can get a little deep, go down a couple of rabbit holes, can't find my way out. I know, I understand that. But for me, her saying she doesn't want to go back there, to me, that was so big. Like, that was so big and so deep because think about that. Going back there, it's like saying, first of all, it's like saying that you moved on from that. But for a lot of us, we haven't even really moved on from it. It's still there, and we haven't dealt with it. But we think we're dealing with things the best way we know how. Really, but really, we're really blah, blah, really we're not. We think we are, but we aren't. Okay, they're just stored in our subconscious, and all of those experiences give us fuel, and they fuel our emotions or the way we express our emotions. They fuel our decisions. They fuel our logic, our thinking, all of that. So saying I don't want to go back there is one thing, but once you realize going back there and getting to know yourself and getting to know who you really are based on the things that you experienced as a child, it opens up so many doors for you to be able to get to know yourself as an adult, which will then lead to you making better decisions and better choices in life because now you know what it is that you want and what it is that you need, what it is you deserve, okay? What things you will accept, what things you will not accept, what things you expect from people based on what you expect from yourself. That's what happens when you go back there to that place in your childhood that you didn't want to go to. Some of us have some seriously deep issues, deep rooted issues, deep rooted generational issues. Some of us are dealing with issues and trauma that has literally just been passed down generation after generation after generation. Anger, depression, okay, suicide, all of those things have been passed down, and we just continue to take ownership of it because we think that it's a family trait and it's something that we have to own. Okay, we don't realize that was given to us, but just because somebody tried to give you something don't mean you got to take it. Yet as a kid, you don't know any better. So this girl starts crying immediately, and it was crazy to me because just the fact that, hey, Chi-Town, I'm gonna start calling you Chi-Tom. Hey, Shan. Hey, loving. I hope you feel better. It's okay if you didn't see the episode. I'm gonna try to paint a visual for you guys so you know exactly what's going on, okay? So right now where we are, everyone in marriage boot camp house, we're all sitting around in the living room, and the doctors come out and they tell them that we're gonna be dealing with childhood trauma. And little Fiz's situationship, she starts crying because she says she doesn't want to revisit that place again, which I know we all don't even try to front like you have not been there. There are people who do not want to go back there. Okay. I've had situations where I forgot about some things. Either that or I just really pushed it so far back in my subconscious because I just really, really didn't want to have to ever deal with it again. Or I forgot. I don't know. But then something will happen, or one of my siblings will bring up something or a situation, and it'll trigger me. It'll trigger me and it'll trigger a memory that I forgot, or just purposely don't think about. So I get that, okay? But I mean, how can you when they say you don't know where you're going, if you don't know where you're coming from, you won't know where you're going. This right here, this video explains that perfectly. Oh my gosh, okay? So we're gonna deal with childhood trauma today. Sometimes they do one lesson, I think, but then sometimes, or activity, but then they do two, or exercise. I'll say exercise. The first exercise that they did, they split them up into two different groups, okay? It wasn't necessarily boys and girls. It was a mixture of both sexes, but there weren't any couples in the same group. So it was like split down the middle, and one half came to this side and one half went over here. So they took them out to this field, and there were these big old, like, it looked like mock walls or mock brick walls on these big stands, and they were like 5 each for each person. There was spray paint cans on the table. And so basically what they were doing was painting a picture of their childhood. They were instructed to paint one positive memory and then to paint 2 negative memories, okay? So I briefly just took some brief notes because I really, really encourage you guys to go back and watch this episode. Oh my gosh, please go back. I'm gonna come back and edit my description so that the link is in my description. But you have to hurry up and watch it because it seems like the episodes end up getting removed. I don't know if it's a copyright there. I hope not, because then I hope not. Lord knows, I hope not. But anyway, so let's see. First, we'll talk about Fizz. Fizz is aka Drew from B2K. Baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go bum bum bum. Oh, you do that thing for me. I'm not gonna sing no more, okay? But that's Little Fizz from B2K. He goes up, and of course, like, I need you guys to be woke with me here. I need you guys to realize that nothing is black and white. We know nothing about nothing. We don't know what we're missing from these episodes. They edit. We don't know what they took out. We don't know what they added. We don't know when they put this clip behind that clip when it was filmed. We have no clue, okay? So based on what I saw, okay, this is what we saw. I know they probably talk more about this in depth, but based on what we saw, Little Fizz went up to the wall. He drew a Christmas tree. This made Little Fizz's plight, his story may not resonate with a lot of people because they feel like he had a chance, he was successful. You don't know nobody else's struggle. Do you understand me? You don't know what sacrifices that man made to get to where he is. So when he drew this Christmas tree, he said the memory behind it was that he wrote a Christmas list to Santa Claus one year, and he knew that he wouldn't get anything on that list because he knew that his mom couldn't afford it. I'm a big crybaby too, okay? So in my situation, and please don't get me started up in here, y'all. Woo! With my situation, living in government housing, you know a little bit of my story. You know, I don't have income or anything like that. But when my son's birthday comes around, you know, I'm in pain 24/7. And I can barely wash dishes most days. I can barely walk most days. But like, I will do whatever I have to do. I will hustle and do whatever it is I have to do. He didn't think he would get anything on that list because his mom couldn't afford it. And he got every single thing on that list. I do not encourage materialism in my household. Absolutely not. But I am going to make sure that my son's childhood is the best childhood that I can possibly give him. From the inside out, of course. That starts with my inside out love, inside out respect for him, even though he's a kid, and making sure he knows what it means to sacrifice. You understand what I'm saying? It's difficult for me as it is to even shop for my child because he don't ask for nothing. Like, he's so weird. He don't ask for nothing. Maybe it's because we ain't got cable and he don't see many commercials, okay? Because out of sight, out of mind, who knows? But he doesn't ask for anything. So I try to make it special whenever I am able to do things for him. So that really resonated with me when he made that comment. Kids are not stupid. You understand me? I don't know the relationship he had with his mom. I don't know how they communicated with one another, but it was something for him to say as a child. He knew his mom couldn't afford them Christmas gifts, yet so he didn't expect to get anything from her, but he got everything he wanted. And I thought that was absolutely amazing because it makes me think about what things does my son notice about me that I tried to hide? You know what I mean? Because especially as parents, you try not to lay your burdens down or let the sadness and the depression and the misery and the anger and stuff from all of life's struggles run off of you and bleed onto your kids, because that's what generally happens, whether you want it to or not. But kids aren't stupid. And it really made me start to think about what things my son, this boy, his intellect is out of this world. I mean, it's borderline irritating. What does he know that I don't know he knows? Just like with the Momo thing, what do our kids know that we don't know they know? This boy said that, and then his mom came through with the sacrifice. That resonated with me because I'm going to always sacrifice for my baby, okay? I'm always going to sacrifice to him. But then he made a comment about with some of his negative memories were, okay, he made the basketball team when he was in school. If I'm not mistaken, I think high school basketball team. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not lying to y'all. But I think once he made the basketball team was around the same time he got signed to be in the group B2K, and they had a record deal so that they can go on tour and make money as musicians. He says that singing was really something that he just got really thrown into. It was never a passion of his. It was never a passion of his. His passion was always basketball. And he had dreams of playing in the NBA when he got older. But because he got thrown into this singing thing, it kind of sort of became a priority for him. Or I guess you could probably say a responsibility. Y'all already know how it is when you have child entertainers and the responsibility that comes with that. And some people may say, well, at least he had a chance, or at least he had the money. That's ignorance on your behalf if you think that way. Because if you think that the motivation for any kind of success is money, oh, you barking up the wrong tree, okay? And you're going to fall flat out of it. That should never be the motivation. That's where he actually messed up. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of influence he had in his ear pushing him to go pursue this singing thing, but that ain't what he wanted to do. That's not what he was passionate about. And that's the mistake that we all make, worrying about the people when it comes to what makes us happy, what it is we want to do, what it is we're passionate about. That man wasn't trying to sing. He wasn't trying to sing. And guess what happened? The group ended up not lasting and they got thrown on the wayside. But you know what, though? Let me tell you something. If that man was as passionate about singing as he could have been, or what would have possibly benefited him, he would still be singing today. Him being solo dolo wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have made a difference. He still would have went on to pursue his passion of singing if that were the case, but it wasn't. So this man got thrown into a situation, and y'all already know the people, when they fall in love with, I told y'all this in my last video or the one before, when somebody falls in love with the experience of you, don't switch up on them, because they ain't gonna try to hear that. Y'all know if Little Fizz say he want to go play professional basketball today, I personally, I'm gonna root the man on, okay? I'm gonna root you on, brother. If you believe enough in yourself to think that you can pursue a professional NBA career in the time of your, at this time in your life, even if you just go out there and play a couple one-on-one games with Michael Jordan, I'm here for you. I'm here for it. I'm rooting for you. I believe in you if you believe in you. But y'all know the people will drag this man for all the filth on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Shade Room, wherever they could drag him. They will laugh him to death. Do you understand me? If this man tells the world, I want to go play basketball now. The world don't want you to be all you can be. They want you to be what they want from you. Your experience you give them, that they fall in love with, that's what they want from you. So can you imagine the kind of pressure that's put on someone in that? I don't worry about the people now, and I'm broke. So I know good and well I ain't worry about the people later when I got the money. You understand what I'm saying? But when you do things backwards, when you worry about the money, when you think the money is going to fix your problems, listen and listen good. Money magnifies mess. Do you understand me? Money magnifies mess. It magnifies your characteristics in general. If you do drugs, you probably gonna be high all day. If you come into some money, possibly overdose. If you drink, you gonna drink yourself to death probably. If you are a binge eater, you gonna buy a bunch of food. Money does not solve your problems. You gonna have the same issues up here, and but with money, and then all that's gonna do is give you a resource so that you can afford whatever coping mechanism it is that you use to deal with issues you got going on in your head. Okay, so him getting a career and becoming a famous singer who was broke, y'all go watch the documentaries and stuff. They weren't even getting paid. You understand me? There was somebody over them taking all their money. Okay, you cannot go into situations like this unprepared and ignorant. Do you understand me? I'm getting prepared right here, right now with y'all. Okay, my skin is getting thicker right now. I'm learning right now so that when God blesses me the way I know God is going to bless me later on, I'm going to be ready for that. I'm going to be prepared for that. I'm going to have the knowledge and the wisdom that I need to make sure that I'm prepared for a blessing as big as something like being signed to a professional singing group, traveling the world, touring all over, women running at you, all ages, you all over TV, the radio, but you really this entire time, you're not even happy with anything you want, anything you're doing. You are miserable every second of the day doing this mess, traveling. Probably don't even want to be with these people. What can you imagine the kind of pressure? And this man got signed when he was 15. 15 and growing up in the hood, man, can you imagine how he would be looked at if he turned down a record deal? People in the hood, when they feel like they're connected to you, they feel like your way out is their way out. They don't see this as your blessing. They see this as our blessing. Even though you're the one that has to put in the time and the work, they see it as theirs. A lot of these childhood celebrities, bruh, listen, you know I gotta take my glasses off when they get real. If y'all, I'm not with it. I'm not trying to put AJ. Listen, these childhood celebrities are so damaged, okay? I have so much respect for them two boys that were on The Secret Life of Zach and Cody and The Sweet Life. Their mom was like, listen, this is not exactly what we want, so we're going to just live normal lives. Those boys went to normal school. They graduated from normal college. They still do some things in the entertainment world, but they really show that it's okay to say no to Hollywood, okay? But think about some of these Orlando Brown. Do you guys see how messed up that man is? Oh my goodness. These people are trained as babies to be able to emulate, imitate, and become someone who they are not. Your childhood, you're supposed to be getting molded. You understand me? You're getting molded. You're supposed to know who you are and never lose sight of who you are. But you end up losing that because of life. Can you imagine that happening to us in regular life and then happening to a childhood celebrity such as Fizz? Or in addition to our regular problems, okay, you got the regular problems growing up in the hood. Now you got all this stuff on you too, and you don't even want to do this. And now they're going back. They on tour right now, or they were. And this was before, right? So I can't even imagine, bro. I don't even want to see you perform now. Like, I don't even want to see you perform because the way I think, I'm gonna be like, that is so. I'm gonna be looking at Fizz the same way I look at the elephants in the circus, okay? Because the people from PETA be standing outside with those signs, and I start feeling some type of way. Like, I can't even really feel good about the performance when the elephants come out because I feel like they get beat to get trained that way. I wouldn't even be comfortable watching him perform because the entire time I'd be feeling like this man is miserable. Why is he even here? And I would probably automatically, subconsciously compare everything he's doing to the fact that I feel like he's miserable and he don't even want to be here. Okay? That's tough. You understand me? That is tough. I don't know what he's going to be doing moving forward, but I hope that this man can tap into some of this other pain, flip it around, okay? Turn it into some fuel and some motivation to pursue some other dreams, because basketball may not. If you try, I got you, Fizz. Okay, I'm gonna support you, my brother, but I don't know about a career. So I hope and pray whatever else it is that makes you feel good about yourself, whatever else you're passionate about, do something with your kid. We know you're a good dad. Do something with your kid. I mean, or it looks like it. I don't know what you are, but hey, it seems that way. Do something with your kid, okay? So that was what Fizz had going on. Soldier, I should talk about him last because he had me. That's the one that had me crying the show. Let me check on these. Hold on 1 second. Well, I don't listen, Love and Lock. I don't want you to get triggered. I really don't. Hey, passion as a verb. Parents live through their kids. Ooh, that's deep there. I would respond to that, but you know, girl, I get to going like a train on a with broken brakes. Hey, the Lioness, thank you for joining. I just finished talking about Fizz, so now we're gonna talk about Soldier. When Soldier was at the thing, he drew. His good memory was when his father and him went on a fishing trip. I think he said he was 11 years old. I'm not sure, but he went on a fishing trip, and it was just like one of the best memories of his life. And that, of course, made me think about as an adult, or he's legal, okay? He's legal. I'm not quite sure if he's grown, but he's legal. As a legal adult, for that to be the memory that stands out the most, that says a lot. He said that when his parents split up, he was forced to choose who he wanted to stay with, whether he wanted to go with his mother or his father. He chose his father because he said, I don't know, I just wanted to be with him. So then Dr. Ish asked him, well, how often did you see your mom after you went with your father? He said, I didn't get to see that much. He said, well, how'd that make you feel? This man started choking up so bad. And it was just, it was like, it was weird in a sense. He said, I didn't see her that much. And he was just, he said, it wasn't really nothing I could do about it. It wasn't nothing I could do about it. But he could barely get the words out. And when I say, y'all know when you cry so much, not the kind where the tears stop right there and dry up a little bit and it's like a white mark. No, I'm talking about when they fall off your face onto your clothes. That's how Soulja Boy was crying, okay? I'm not surprised, because with all of Soulja Boy's behavior, not just on Marriage Boot Camp, when he was on Love and Hip Hop, when he used to tweet and Instagram and just blatantly disrespect Nia on national television, and this was years and years ago, which means we just saw it when it got on TV or the radio. We don't know how long his behavior has been going on, because him and Nia have been off and on for over 10 years, understand? And this has been going on the whole time. But it did surprise me because his behavior already saddened me to begin with. When he would get up and get all angry and mad, don't get me wrong, I definitely hold this man accountable for his actions. Absolutely. It's wrong, period. But I tend to think about the logic, and I tend to focus not so much on what people do, but why they do some of the things they do. All right, now, come on. But it saddened me already because his behavior shows somebody crying. Like, when I see Soulja Boy, it's like this man is screaming at the top of his lung. What's to the top of a lung? First of all, what does that even mean? You're screaming at the top of your lung. I need to look that up, because what in the world? How do you scream at the top of a lung, honey? I never. Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But yeah, so he's sitting there. It's like when I see him, he's screaming at the top of his lungs for help. This man is so troubled and so lost and so confused, okay? And the fact that he thought, like a lot of other young Black kids think that the way out, the way to solve all of their problems is money. The fact that he has a career, the fact that he has all of the money, the fact that he has the girl, even though they don't know how to act, and he still got issues. We need to start learning from our own mistakes and the mistakes of some other people. Hello, look at all these people that ain't doing nothing but chasing a bag. When you chase the money chases you. When they said in Players Club, make that money, boo, don't let it make you. They were trying to tell us something, but we weren't trying to listen. Okay? These cliches, they're cliches, but they came from somewhere. You cannot chase a bag and think that's gonna fix your problems, bruh. Money magnifies mess. If you're a jerk, oh, what? Oh, I got money now. I'm finna stunt on all of y'all. Everybody, I'm finna stunt. You ain't gonna take that money and have the mentality of sewing into somebody else. No, you're gonna take that money and stunt. You're gonna use that money for revenge. That's exactly what you're going to do. And I don't care if it's revenge on yourself, because we subconsciously do cause self-inflicted pain all the time and don't even know it. But money magnifies mess. Soulja Boy is the prime example of that. This man is so sad, it makes no sense. When he told Dr. Ish about his mom, it's like you kind of can put it together. I said either these people are so good at what they do. Let me tell you something. Or this is completely staged, because every exercise they do is on point. Do you hear me? On point. Okay. Soulja Boy's mom not being around, you can imagine the level of respect he has for his mom. I'm not judging his father. I don't know that man from a can of spray paint. But if there was no encouragement to love your mother, regardless of whether or not she makes the right choices, and y'all know it probably wasn't, because we're just in our age, in our era, we're just now learning what it means to express yourself, to take care of your mental health. Y'all know they didn't know nothing about that back then. Our parents didn't know anything about protecting your child's mental health, protecting your child's heart. Our parents didn't know nothing about that. So if his father was like a lot of black fathers back then, he was hard, you know what I'm saying, and tough and all that. He didn't teach his son those characteristics. So this man probably don't even know what it means to have a relationship with a woman. 10 years he been with Nia off and on. 10 years. There's no commitment. You understand what I'm saying? And then he's afraid of letting her go. Bruh. Oh, hello. He's afraid of letting her go, just like his mom left, because he don't want to lose her and he want to be in complete control. And I think that's absolutely crazy how they put that stuff together. But when that boy broke down, it made me feel so sad inside for so many other little black boys who are never raised, right? They're never raised. Some people are never raised. They just age. You understand what I'm saying? Some people they just get older. That's it. They just get older, but they're never raised. To be raised means to be elevated. Okay. You got to have growth to call yourself a grown up. You have to be elevated. You need to be, somebody got to raise you. If either somebody or something, somebody gonna raise you, even if it's the world. You're gonna be raised either in some direction, okay? And this man was never raised in a healthy way to be able to be a leader, to be able to handle conflict, to know how to express his anger in a healthy way. You can get angry, that's normal. But you should be able to express yourself in a healthy way. And I'm not just talking about writing it down and putting it in a song. Just because you express yourself does not mean you are healed. Do you understand me? You still going through the same stuff mentally. You just writing it down and then screaming it out at the world because you're angry, and then expressing yourself in belligerent, ignorant ways because you have no self-control, because you're ignorant to what that means. This man was never raised. You understand me? And because he was never raised, Nia's in a situation where especially a lot of black women end up saying, I feel like I got 2 kids when I really got 1. I feel like I'm raising 4 kids when I really only have 3. In a lot of cases, you are raising another kid. This man has literally been babysat his whole life. Not saying Soulja Boy, because I don't know how his daddy was, but A lot of black men have literally been babysat their entire lives. Okay. And a lot of it comes from, ain't no blame, because a lot of it comes from pure ignorance. Your parents can only give you what they have. You can only give any people in general, you can only give what you have. That includes your kids. Our parents didn't have that much, guys. They didn't have that much. They didn't. Soldier Boy gonna have to learn, all of them have to learn forgiveness. But Soldier Boy is gonna really, 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 really learn some forgiveness for real. Forgiveness to his mother for leaving him, for not knowing exactly what it is she was supposed to do, because apparently her decisions were founded on ignorance too. Forgive himself, because I know you can't, even when you don't want to admit it, you carry around guilt for things that happened to you because you feel like either you deserved it or you caused it. As a kid, you don't know any better. You know, when you do something wrong, you get in trouble as a kid. So when something bad happens to you, and a lot of times you feel like you deserve that. You must have done something for this to happen. So he gonna also have to forgive himself, not only for the guilt he's placed on himself, but for the way he feels about his mother and women in general. This man needs some serious, serious counseling. They do not, and I'm like, are the doctors able to tell them, y'all need to just break up for real? Because this is not beneficial to anybody. I mean, the world, okay? Because all that negativity y'all got going on, flying around, it's just sparks are just flying into other areas, and we don't need that. I don't need it. My butterfly jewels don't need it. We don't need that foolishness around here. You understand what I'm saying? Keep that negative energy to yourself. Heal and deal. Okay? Because that's the only way you're gonna be happy. He's not whole. It's like he's in pieces, and like a lot of us, and we're looking for somebody else to either put us together, make us feel whole. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. You can't do that. And so this man is broke down in front of everybody. And although it was, I believed it, but it was still unbelievable because he's just so rah in this woman's face all the time. And it's just, that's crazy to me. So that's what he had to say. Okay, so you, hey girl, hey, we're gonna have to talk. Yes. Yes, he will be a side. He would definitely, and see, they actually, I hate to say this, but I believe that everything happens for a reason. I don't think that I don't wish bad on anyone. I do not. But I believe in karma because I believe you reap what you sow. Okay. When you plant a seed, and and what a great area to mention this and talking about planting seeds, because who but the black man likes to run around talking about my seed. That's my seed. That's my seed. Okay. So you go and plant your seed. Now, you know, Nia was pregnant before in the past and they lost their baby. Why do you are not planting seeds of positivity into the mother of your child? You didn't, because you can't give what you don't have, bruh. It ain't like Soldier Boy is on a self-love journey, a transformation journey, motivation journey, inspiration journey. That man ain't trying to fix himself right now. He ain't chose to be better. Look at him now running around with Black China and Summer Bunny. He ain't trying to get it together. So if he ain't trying to get it together, he gonna keep giving the same thing. And that's why I like Nia, and they do not. They need to break up and be done. Because he gonna give his kid the same thing he has, which is what he was given, his daddy was given. Bruh, just because everything somebody give you is not a gift. Some people try to give you curses. You ain't got to take on everything somebody passed down to you. And it's up to us now, our generation, to vow to pass down more than just mental instability to our kids, bro. Like it's over for that. That's over. It's over. That's done. We're gonna stop that in that right here today, okay? We know better, and we know better enough to do better. What's the excuse now? Like for real, like it's really impatience to me. And to me, impatience is also a sign of a lack of faith. But girl, don't get me too deep now, because I go deep in here and I don't wanna do that to you right here. I'm trying to get through this thing. I already been here 55 minutes, ain't talking about nothing but two people. Let me see. Okay, so then Nia comes up, and this is not the order, but I'm talking about it. So Nia gets up there and she's doing her thing, and she talks about how when she lost her virginity, it was from it was she was raped. She was raped. And I always think about, I always try to put myself in somebody's shoes to kind of get a sense of where they stand. When I chose to lose my virginity when I was almost 18 years old, it was a choice that I made. No one forced me. No one forced me. No one pressured me. My boyfriend at the time didn't even pressure me. Nobody pressured me to lose my virginity, to make that choice and to make that decision. And even though it was a choice and a decision and nobody pressured me or made me do, I still regret it later. Okay, I regret it later. I did. And I regretted that something that I chose to do that I could never, ever, 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 ever take back. Something I could never change. I could never reverse. And I knew all of this before I made the conscious decision to lose my virginity, okay? That was on me. I wasn't mad at myself. I just wish I would have waited. This girl lost her virginity in a rape. I cannot even imagine the pain, the trauma, the stress, it's like when you look at Nia, it's literally like she has no self-worth. Like it doesn't even exist for her. She walks around like a zombie with like no emotion. Like she's emotionless. It really does seem as though she's done. She's been done. She hasn't healed and dealed, but she's been done. But she came on the show to come on the show. Because I haven't even heard nothing about her recently. But it seems like she came on here to come on here. She's done, but Soldier's not. That's what it seems like. And it's causing issues because she's not really there anymore emotionally. Like she's kind of sort of over it. And but to hear her say she was raped and that's how she lost her virginity, it seems like more than her virginity was taken from her. This man took her every ounce of her self-worth, every ounce of her self-esteem or confidence. Like it just went from, I don't know where she was, but I know it ended up down here. Like it was gone. And you can see it in her face, even when she speaks, even when she laughs and jokes with the other girls. It's just like there's no light at all. It's just like it's like just like a little chuckle, like there's no light with it. It's not illuminating at all. Her laugh, her smile is nothing illuminating about it. And that breaks my heart because I see what she's gone through, what she's been through. And I'm not making excuses because some of this stuff you've allowed, but she said herself, she didn't even realize that it affected her the way that it did until she came onto this show. So shout out to these people for helping, even if they still choose to make bad decisions, helping them to realize some of this stuff because we deal with things every day and don't even know what the heck we're dealing with. We say, I'm crying for nothing. I'm mad for nothing. No, you ain't. You mad for something. We just don't know what it is that we got going on. We don't know, oh, that's that anxiety. Chill out, anxiety. Ain't got time for you today. Some of us don't know that that's what that is. So we get stuck. And so she didn't even know what was going on with her until she came to this show. And god dang, if that does not resonate in her relationship with Soldier, she lets this guy run all over her. And it's sad. He runs up on her and she said herself, she be more concerned with him than herself. What is that about? And then, a lot of black women, they do take on that mother role, okay? You got some young men out here that don't know what to do. And I'm not saying just Soldier, because he wasn't even, I don't know when he moved in with his dad, but some of these young men that live with their moms, who their mothers turn them into hub sons, giving them that false responsibility, which they don't know how to separate from reality from fiction. They think this is real. Okay, it's just me and my mom. Let me be the man of the house. Let me take on this role and this responsibility. And then you never really raise them, and all these negative things start happening. And then they get kicked out, but you let them come back. Then they get arrested, but you bail them out. And then they cheat on their girlfriends, and you keep it secrets for them. And then, god dang, you kick them out, but you let them back in. And then they hurt you and they treat you bad. And then this can go for some of the other men too. They hurt you and treat you bad, but as their mother, you constantly sacrifice and give them chance after chance after chance. And some of them, they go into relationships expecting the same thing from their woman because their mama did that. Let me tell you something. Don't bring it over here. You understand me? Keep it where you're at. Because I'm not doing all that. I absolutely am not. You understand me? That breakup to make up relationship that some moms have with their kids, that narcissism, my God, they take that mess into their relationships. These people are so confused. Let's just move on. All right, so I'm gonna try to hurry up too. Waka Flocka, let me see. Yeah, a lot of our childhood, we just block out those type of traumas. I'm telling you, Lion, because listen, we're gonna have to it's rare to find a black man that doesn't have mommy issues. Let me tell you what, but listen, in a few years, you're gonna be able to find one. He in their sleep right now. That's my word. So if you got little girls, you let them know if they're gonna be looking for a good man when they get grown. Because I'm prepping and preparing, you understand me? Teaching this boy the value of a black woman, the value of women, period, but especially a black woman. You understand me? Teaching him his value, the value of melanin, the value of him as a man, the value of a leader. You know, if his dad don't step in and do certain things, baby, I got resources, okay? I got a church, my pastor. We good over here. You understand? And that's why we need to spread all these messages, because I believe that we right now today with our resources, we can change and fix some of the culture and some of the errors, and just learn from the mistakes that we have now and from the mistakes of our ancestors, and just clean some of this stuff up. I don't think it's that hard. It's just people don't listen. And you know, it ain't a bunch of people out here on the streets, on the YouTube streets, talking like I'm talking. You already know that. You understand me? Ain't a bunch of people out here doing this right here. They ain't trying to uplift nobody. Not for real. Not from the inside out. They got expectations and they want something out of it. I don't want a thing out of this, but I know I'm gonna get it because I know I serve. But I don't want nothing out of this. I want to change some minds. That's what I'm trying to do for real. We need to start thinking differently because the people crazy, girl. They crazy. Okay, so Waka Flocka Flame. He didn't really go too much into detail about I think that's one of the issues they have with him. He didn't really go into detail about the things that affect him. This man is like, he dang near is like a brick wall. He don't let, it's like he's bulletproof. Like he doesn't let anything affect him. He drew 22 yellow dots and said that they are a representation of 22 people who he loved that were killed. And they are a representation of stars in the sky. If that didn't break my little heart, do you understand me? He's 22 people. One of them was his brother, who he said was killed by a white man, and the white man never got convicted. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Walker's brother committed suicide. Did his brother commit suicide? Sadly, it's too common. Yeah. But I think his brother committed suicide. But either way, that is just a lot for anyone to go through. And you know what? I'm gonna kind of sort of put all this into because Carl, he also said that he saw his cousin at a young age. His little cousin, he saw his little cousin get shot in the face. Once his cousin got shot in the face, he sat there and watched him die. And then Tammy, she said on her 12th birthday, she walked her uncle outside and gave him a kiss. And while 12 years old, while she was standing there, saying goodbye, someone walked up and shot him right in the head, right in front of her. Listen to me, and I'm gonna try not to get too deep because if he allows me to, I'll go more in depth with this story. But a few years ago, I didn't see this happen, but a few years ago, my baby brother was shot in his face. Okay, he was shot in his face with an assault rifle, an AK-47 to be exact. When I got the phone call about this, I never even, my faith was it had to have been in a horrible place at the time. I really questioned God's strength and how much control he had without even realizing I was doing it, because when I heard that he got shot in his face, I immediately knew he was dead. Like he was gone. Like I knew it. That's my baby. Do you understand me? And he was 17 years old. when it happened. He's 26 years old today. He has some issues still, a lot of things he deals with. But when they started talking about like death and stuff like that, and when the guy talked about especially talking about his cousin getting shot in the face, that's definitely a trigger for me, because I remember he's 26 now, he was 17. I remember this phone call like it just happened 5 minutes ago. And I remember my mom screaming in my ears, and I couldn't even understand anything she was trying to tell me. I remember my sister was also on the phone, and I was in denial immediately. I'm like, you guys need to find out if this is right, because we've heard things like this before, and it wasn't right, and this can't be happening to us. This can't be real. I can't deal with it. I don't want to, and please don't. God, please don't let this be true. Well, it was true, and his tongue was hanging out his face. It was shredded up. They had to put it back together. His face was gone on the side. It was a lot. So when I heard that, and he said he sat there and watched him die. Like, bruh, I immediately, I don't know, Tammy's uncle getting shot right in front of her face at 12 years old, and Waka Flocka losing 22 people to death and gun violence. How do you think that shapes somebody as a kid? How do you think that shapes somebody? How do you think that shapes your logic and the way that you think? We so quick to judge somebody based on their choices and some decisions and maybe some things they might have said or done, but that is not who they are. This, what we're talking about right here, this is who they are. You understand me? Because thoughts become things. So everything they do and say comes from how they think, which comes from their life experiences as a child. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I believe the judgment, which to me is only you having an opinion based on how you would probably do something your way, and that's whack. That is so whack. You can't judge or have an opinion based on how you would handle a situation. How dare you? You weren't brought up in the same environment as that person. You were not. You talk about you don't love a certain way. That ain't love. How do you know how that person was taught how to love? How do you know that? He wasn't taught that that's what love looks like. That's the difference between knowledge and wisdom, my dude. Knowledge is knowing the definition of love, which is a deep feeling of affection. That's what Webster will tell you. Wisdom is knowing what love feels like. You understand me? And love is not the same for everybody. That's why I don't like the dictionary. It's levels to all those words. Respect. How do you know what somebody thinks respect looks like? Respect may not look like to you what it looks like to me. You understand what I'm saying? Love may not look to you what it looks like to me. There's no doubt in my mind that Soldier Boy, Waka Flocka, Sean, I don't know what Fizz got going on, but I left somebody out. Soldier, I said him right. Waka Flocka, Fizz, Carl. I don't doubt that they don't love these people. I don't know if they're all in love, but as far as like Soldier, I believe he loves Nia. I do, but Soldier don't even know how to love himself. And if you can't love yourself, you most definitely, how you have no love. You have no love for you. How you gonna have it for you? I ain't got no love to give me. What I got to give you? I barely got a cup with a drop of dirt in it, a drop of mud in it, and you want me to pour something positive into you? How? How, Sway? You can't do that. And I just cannot even imagine the type of walls that have been put up by these people just from the death that they've experienced alone. Somebody's life was ended. Somebody breathed one more time in their face as a child. But we so quick to judge. And I thought about doing some celebrity stuff, commentary sometimes, because it probably be a little bit different than what everybody else. They just really be talking about what's going on. I tend to look a little bit deeper into situations. Like with Wendy Williams, I really wanted to do some commentary on Wendy Williams because people piss me off. They piss me off so quick to judge, like you ain't never did nothing. Like you ain't never made a bad decision, bro. You have a perception of somebody, and I guarantee you it'll change if you sit down and listen to their story. That's my word. See, I appreciate you, Lion Goddess, because you are hanging in there with me, and I love that. Thank you so much. So we're gonna Also, Tammy's she also mentioned her brother, her uncle, her brother, and her cousin also got killed as well. Okay, now Little Mo, when she came up, she talked about how she had the best relationship with her father. He was like her Superman. She loved everything about him. But Little Mo was molested, she said, from the time she was 5, the entire time she was in elementary school. Now, we talked about how a lot of black boys have what we say, mommy issues, right? And then there are so many girls who in some it's a lot of boys too, a lot of boys. But one thing I've I guess not just me, but all of us have learned is that sexual abuse is prevalent. Oh my goodness. Do you know how many girls like me thought that we were the only ones that this was happening to? You know how many little girls, like, we knew it wasn't normal, but we didn't really know what normal was. You know what I mean? These people said they love us. So is this what love looks like? Back to that again. We don't know what's going on because we are ignorant children, not dumb. We just don't know what we don't know. We're ignorant. So you know how many little girls like me have been molested, and because of the people, right? She never told her dad. She never told her dad. She said because she thinks her dad would have killed the man. Which I give props to daddy, because you got some men out here, and mamas and daddies, grandmas, uncles, that know right now at 11, 14, somebody's getting molested right now. Right now. And somebody knows about it right now. And somebody is letting it happen right now. Right now, today. Somebody's getting molested by a family member right now. Right now. Somebody's getting molested by a church member right now. Okay? And if it's a little girl, let me tell you what's going to happen. Because of the people. Y'all know how I feel about the people. I ain't really with the people. I don't really fool with the people like that. No. Let me tell you what's going to happen. And I'm telling you this from experience, okay? When I got molested, I was a minor, and I was not afraid to tell my mom, because I knew my mom would come to my defense. My mom always comes to my defense. But the craziest thing about all of this is that because of media, TV, radio, YouTube, word of mouth, whatever the case may be, women, especially black women, have never been placed in a position of we believe you, no questions asked. Do you know one that has come forth and voiced herself, voiced her opinion, told her story, how she feels about certain things? People love to judge black women. They love to. It's like half the time, nothing that we say is believed. And what's the most sad about this is that even at that young age, I already felt that. I didn't even know it. I was a kid and didn't even really know what that meant for women to not be believed. And it ain't just black women, but women in general. When you step up, sometimes people don't believe you. Now, white women, they get a pass most of the time, especially talking about rape, and don't let it be a black man. They gonna look into that thing. Oh, but no, oh no, absolutely not. And then the fact that I ain't putting the blame, I'm just saying what it is. The fact that in our households, all of that stuff was taboo. I don't even understand how that can even a little bit be okay. Bruh, listen, you let me find out somebody put their hands on my sons. Listen, on my Bible, come listen. You let me find out. You understand me? You let my son ever come to me and tell me that somebody violated him in that manner. Listen, I'm saved. You understand me? I'm saved. And I try as hard as I can to live a God-led life. and do what I'm supposed to do and act with love. But one thing I need for people to understand is I ain't always been this way. I've had some life experiences that taught me how to be nasty. You understand me? I don't want to go there, but I got those things stored in here, right? I got that strength stored away, and I'm still using those things. I'm just using them in a good way. Like my gift of gab. Oh, I used to cut you deep. You understand me? My words, woo, boy, I can do some damage. But I learned how to use my gift the right way. But trust me when I say it ain't nothing for me to snap back. You understand me? If I ever found out somebody put their hands on my kid, my son can come to me right now and tell me a lie and tell me somebody, I'm flipping out. I'm flipping out on everybody. If I find out later on it was a lie, cool. I'll much rather look like a pure fool out here in these streets for stepping up to defend my lying son, okay? Because I can't control what he does. I can only control me. Then for me to not think it really happened, or think that person would never do that, or think I love them, or I have a relationship with them, or I don't want to cause conflict, or I don't want to cause friction. I didn't cause nothing, boo-boo. You did. And we're going to have a serious problem. So I can definitely understand her saying her daddy was shoot. I don't know if my daddy was, I doubt it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I doubt it. I don't think my daddy would go shoot or kill anyone. Not for that. I don't know. I don't know for what either. Because if not for that, then for what? But this woman was molested from 5 all through elementary school. And she made a comment about when she said that she didn't want to get her dad sent to jail. And the guy brought up the fact that she said the same thing about her husband, that she didn't want to let him go, or she doesn't want to say certain things because she wants to protect him from getting locked up or going to jail. That's why I say these some good doctors. You understand me? Either that or God got his hand all up in the mix up in this household. You understand me? Either that or it's staged, because they are on point. Do you understand me? Let's see. Girl, you listen. I know it's probably making you putting you in timeout sometimes, ain't it? Because that thing will put you in timeout. But it's just crazy to me how this stuff just really correlates with their life and decisions. And it's not even like rocket scientists. This is what it is. Your life experiences shape the way you think, and your thoughts become things. It is what it is. The white people, they been knew this. They been knew this stuff. Now, I don't know if they take the necessary precautions either, because you got mass shootings happening everywhere. But they at least go to therapy and they know, well, we need to talk. I just believe that we just kind of sort of both don't know how to really express ourselves in a healthy way. Sometimes they can be a little bit too quiet. Sometimes we can be a little bit too loud. Okay. Sometimes they can be too lenient. Sometimes we can be too hard. Maybe we can meet in the middle one day and help each other out. But either way, mental illness is real, and it starts from childhood. That's why I ride so hard for the kids. People like, you love kids. You really love kids. Duh. I was one time. Weren't you? Don't you want to be the person that you wish was there for you when you were younger? Huh? Sometimes I literally pretend and imagine that I'm the one that rescued me when I was a kid, bro. I think back and I picture that in my mind. Like when I had to sit in that bathroom in the dark for hours at 7 years old, I now picture me as an adult on the other side of the door. And I'm like, got my hand on the door, and it's like, telling myself it's gonna be okay. Like this is a major. This is a big deal. What you go through as a kid, bruh. If you're silenced as a kid, you're gonna be a silenced adult. You need these things as a child. You need a strong foundation so you know how to deal with the world. I'm gonna get to that. Let me finish with these people. Okay, so the last 2 people I'm gonna talk about. Oh, I forgot one. Sean. Jessica's boyfriend. I mean, fiance. He also said he had a brother who would make illegal sacrifices, robbing folks and, bringing in all this bad blood money and stuff to support their family. and support his dreams and his goals. And the day he committed to college, the day he committed to go to college, his brother was killed. That all just goes into and ties into some of the same stuff. And Sean, from what they show us on this show, he's a stand-up type of dude. You understand me? Like he is coachable. He seems self-aware. You know what I mean? Like this is dope. Like he doesn't mind learning. It's like he don't care. He doesn't have a problem with growing and learning, admitting his mistakes and wanting to be better. And I think that's so dope that Jessica, I love Jessica Dime. She's the reason I watched the show. People watch for everybody else. I watch this show for Jessica Dime. I don't care how ratchet and raunchy she can be. Okay. Her growth, I have fallen in love with her growth. She is such a down-to-earth person who I have no idea was raised, who may have want to shake her booty on a pole. I don't know. But she ain't doing that mess no more. She got her a stand-up country man. She is submissive to him, you know, like not in a controlling way, but just in a teamwork type of way. I love it. I love it. And whether or not it's for TV or not, I gotta go off what I see. And that's what I see. And to me, you can't really put on that long. You feel me? So it's cameras all over the house, except when they getting busy and in the bathroom. So if to me, if you can do that, that's a lot of acting. They doing their thing. But when Jessica went up, she talked about how she was abandoned by her father when she was younger. And you know how he would be in and out all the time, but she just really on this particular day wanted him not to leave, and he left, and it left her feeling abandoned. And she even made a comment that's why she said she kept begging him not to leave, and he left anyway. So that's one reason why, even though Sean is slow footing with this marriage, okay, with the wedding, she's sticking around and not causing too much drama because she doesn't want to push him away. He's taking too long. Okay, he's taking entirely too long. Talking about she hood ghetto. She been hood ghetto. She gonna stay hood. Okay, she can get rid of the ghetto, but the hood ain't going anywhere. Trust and believe. Your girl knows. Okay, I got 2 degrees up there on the wall. My mama told me you will always be my hood angel. Hood angel should have been the name of this doggone YouTube channel. You understand me? She gonna always be hood. But there is because the hood is in her. That's who she is. You understand me? Her strength comes from the hood. Her perseverance comes from the hood. Her resilience comes from the hood. If you take the hood out of her, you're gonna make her weak. She ain't gonna know who she is no more. That's who she is. You can't take that away from her. But the ghetto, you can express yourself differently, okay? But you're gonna always be hood. But I love the fact that he's so gentle with her and he's so patient with her. But he need to stop slow footing because she ready to get on to the next step. But it just showed how that abandonment can really cause some serious issues. That's a little girl. She needs her dad. You know, people don't realize that they're walking examples. Like you're a walking example. First of all, we talk about a brand. I don't care about y'all knowing my real name. My real name is Lana. It's Alana. But I have this CJ the Jewel thing because my initial thing was called Chrysalis Jewels because of the transformation journey. And I like CJ the Jewel. I like it. So I'm sticking with it because that's what I want to be. But as far as a brand, that can be a brand in and of itself as far as a business, an LLC, or something of that nature. But trust and believe when I say you had a brand when you were born. You understand me? Because you are an example. You are an example of how you think, how you feel. You are the first example of how somebody is supposed to treat you. You're the first example of what you will and will not accept. Okay, understand that. You're the first example of what you will allow as far as boundaries. You let them know, look, brother, your big toe is right at the line. I'm gonna need for you to back it up a little bit because you finna overstep over my boundary, and I ain't with that. And when you realize and learn how to do those things within yourself first hold yourself accountable. It'll be easy for you to hold them accountable. First, set boundaries for what you allow into your own life. You're gonna set boundaries for what they bring into your life as well. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. But when you are a little girl and you don't have that example, You know what I mean? All this girl grew up thinking was, okay, my father did, he left, and she's probably thinking it's her fault. So she's doing the same thing with Sean. She didn't really say a whole lot, so I can't really speak on her a lot. Was that everybody? Oh, last but not least, Tiffany. Tiffany, when she spoke about her situation, she didn't really show much emotion, but I believe that's either because you are so numb that you can't feel, or it still hurts you that much that you can still feel it and you haven't dealt with it yet, so you become emotional when you talk about it. I don't know if that makes sense, but you get what I'm saying, right? Anyway, she talks about how her mom's ex used to beat them constantly, whoop they behind. Her mom's ex even tried to push the both of them out of a moving car. Then she goes on to say how she has every relationship that she's been in, I think aside from her ex, which I don't know if that's supposed to be Fizz or Drew, I don't know. They beat on her. These folks are good at what they do. Do you hear me? Think about the correlation. She watched her mom get beat on, but she also watched her mom tell these men that she loved them. And she also watched these men probably tell her mom they loved her too. Okay? So what do y'all think love looked like to Tiffany, huh? Love probably looked like you getting punched in your mouth a couple times, but we still gonna have sex, show affection, PDA, spend time together, hang out, watch movies, raise the kids, but we gonna fight too though. That's how we gonna do this thing, because that's what love is. Love is fighting. Fighting and love is showing affection and punching in your mouth at the same time. And then this girl grew up and allowed men to do the same thing to her. I'm so glad that God gave me the wisdom. I'm only 32 years old, but I tell folks that's just how long I've been on this earth. My brain is way wiser than your average 32-year-old. That probably made no sense, but that's cool. It doesn't matter. But bruh, think about that. I'm so blessed that God gave me the knowledge and the wisdom to separate who I am from who my mama is, or from who you or you or you or you are. I'm so glad God gave me the wisdom to understand that people are not my problem. And when I say that, I'm including myself as well. People, flesh, they're not your problem. You're not even your problem. Do you understand me? The Bible even tells you to lean not unto your own understanding. You don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Neither one of us. We know nothing about nothing about nothing. Do you understand me? Even what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. I'm just going off what I see on TV. But I don't know for real. We don't know. But I think that's crazy. Hold on now. Now, I'm gonna try to do this part. This part. Mama, I seen a lot of stuff with child. I refuse. I was blessed in some way, even as a kid, to see that I need to learn to not do these things, because I see what they're doing to this person and this person, and I don't want to do that. Right? And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. When I got older, I was still lost because nobody gave me what I needed. Okay. So I was still lost. And just like everybody else, I had my coping mechanisms too. If y'all want a video about that, I'll do that too. I'm good. Transparency is not a problem for me anymore. Now, vulnerability, I'm still working on. I'm working on that because I got a little bit of a wall up. Okay, but I'm working on it. But transparency, that's nothing for me. I'm good on that. We can do this YouTube thing for the rest of our lives, boo. Because I ain't changing. Okay, so I'm gonna shorten this last part up because I really just wanted to talk about really what they said and how I felt about it. I can't even say everything I feel because I'll be here all night long. But they did that, and from that, it was so, I can imagine how emotionally draining that had to be. Like, for real, like mm, mm, mm. I spilled all that water and it is so cold. Anyway, I really wanted to focus more on just how we sometimes don't realize our childhood is the reason why we are the way we are. The things we've experienced and seen. And absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. That's so true. That happens a lot. My mom has 7 kids, and when I tell you we are like night, day, night, day, night, day, night, day, night, day, all of us, like it's crazy. But I wanted to place emphasis on the correlation behind the way we think and our thoughts and the things we've been through in life. We constantly open up that mental storage unit, take down a box, open it up, and attempt to remove things and to deal with certain stuff and to handle and to declutter our minds of a lot of the memories and things. But we take these boxes out, this mental storage unit, and it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. And we box it back up and put it back in there to the point where eventually it starts to get so full you can't even find it, you can't even find a specific thought. You can't even think straight. All this clutter. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Sometimes you got to get a friend to come help you unpack some of that stuff. Sometimes you got to get somebody, a professional, to come help you unpack some of that stuff. Sometimes your storage unit is too full. You can't do it all by yourself. You know what I mean? Some things you're going to unpack, some memories are going to be positive. Some things you're going to unpack are going to be negative. But most of the time, and for most Black people, we tend to be able to push back a lot of bad memories to our subconscious and not want to deal with it. But it's still there. It don't go away like smoke. It's still there. So what they end up doing is that was emotionally draining in itself. But then they ended up moving on to the they came outside, and then for what you see is a child comes skipping out, and the child stands there and says hi and starts to basically, it's like a script, and each child is a portrayal, like a human portrayal of each person as a child. When I tell y'all, listen, if they would have brought a little Lana, a little out there for me to have to face, okay, they literally made these people face their childhood. They literally made these people go and talk to that person that they were as kids. Girl, let me tell you something. Can you think about that? If you were forced, if it was possible for your inner child to come out and stand right in front of your face, what would you say to them? If they came out and said to you, bro, I can't even do it, bro. Lying. I can't even. I was about to try. I don't even know if I can do it, bro. If my little came out and said, my grandma, I can't even do it. It's gonna have to be for another video. I couldn't do it. That's all I'm gonna say. I couldn't do it. That would just take so much from me. So much from me. It's especially if I hadn't healed. I believe now I'll be okay, but especially if I hadn't healed. But I know hearing it and seeing it in that form, oh, absolutely not. I'd be no more good. I would be no more good. I think that it was such a blessing that they brought these kids out and made these people face themselves for the first time for real, because we tend to forget about our inner child. How you gonna forget about it? How? Your inner child is what you need to survive in the world. God gave you everything you needed to survive when you were born. We the ones who end up lost and confused because we're not taught what we need. So we go out here and try to look for the answers. Kids need answers to questions now that they don't even know they're going to have in the future. You understand what I'm saying? They need answers to questions now that they don't even know they're going to have later. And if you don't know what they are, think about your own life. Think about your own mistakes. Think about everything else you've learned, not failed, okay, but have learned in your own life. Teach your kid. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. Teach your kid. They ain't learning nothing but knowledge in school. And if you think your child is going to be equipped for life based on the stuff they learn in school, you are barking up the wrong tree. Sadly mistaken, my love. Sadly mistaken. There's a huge difference. Yes, a lot. So many emotions. And you know what? Another thing with millennials, as far as forgiveness and being able to change and be better, with forgiving some of our parents, right? I be thinking like, when my mom with 7 kids, I know now how difficult it is to raise a kid and teach them how to be comfortable who they are and who God made them to be when you're not even in that position yourself and you don't even know who you are. Trying to find yourself and raise a kid at the same time is highly difficult. You understand me? So I have so much more respect for my mom as a mom, raising 7 kids and go and constantly on an emotional roller coaster. There was no mental stability at all during our childhood, period. And I think some people, when they say, how can people be raised in the same house and be different? If you have somebody raising kids who are constantly on an emotional roller coaster, you give what you have. If you're in a happy relationship now and it seems like you're happy and you're telling your brain you're happy because your brain believes you, not the other way around. When you tell your brain you're happy, it's gonna believe you. And those are gonna your endorphins are gonna start moving. And you're gonna be in a better mood. And you're gonna raise this child a certain way. But if you raise this other kid when you're in an abusive relationship, okay, and that's what you're getting, that's what you're gonna give. People don't realize that sometimes. They say, well, we was raised by the same person. Well, I don't know why you act like. That's why I need to be on here. Because some stuff, it just needs to be explained, I think. I need to make some things, people are simple minded. So I think some things need to be explained in a simplified way for some people to better understand it. Because I know some people now that are like, wow, like I had no idea that was what was going on in my head. Like I had no idea that's what was really happening to me. Like when you can't sleep at night because you got a bunch of mental chaos going on, a bunch of spiritual warfare. Like people don't realize I'm a visual person. I picture little men running around in there with sticks banging on the walls. I'm like, y'all shut up, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Let me pray about this thing real quick. Philippians 4:4. Don't be anxious in anything. You know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But I don't know how to get the message across because I sometimes wonder, is it the parents that I should talk to? Is it the kids who I should talk to? Or is it both? But I do know that if we can get across and get through to some parents so they know what it means to put their kid first. People act like I be doing something extraordinary. This room I changed around for my son. It ain't nothing extra. Look, some of my letters fell off the wall, but I'm gonna put them back up there when I get time. Yeah, I changed this room around for the both of us so we can have a different mindset to get out these projects, okay? To have something better for ourselves. And what better way to do it than to help somebody? But I feel like as maybe the parent thing, like I don't do anything extraordinary. I do the one thing you're supposed to do when you're a parent, and that's put your kid first. That means I come second. Because if you know what first mean first, right? Not second. That's all you got to do. It's that simple. And in order to do that, you got to put yourself first in your own life. You have to learn how to love yourself from the inside out so you can put your kid first. If you don't even know how to put yourself first, you can't do that for your kid. You know what I mean? You can't give your kid anything you don't have. If it's something that you don't know how to do, go find out how to do it. And then I believe in the village. If there's something that you're unable to do and you can't find out how to do it, find somebody who can. I don't care who raised your kids, as long as they get raised right. I really don't care. Don't matter to me. It takes a whole village, for real. So I think that's just what I'm gonna talk about tonight. I don't want to keep going for too long, but Chocolate Bunny, girl, where have you been? I just been going and going. I need y'all to share this video and like it. How come I can't go back to the top of the chat? Why can't I see what the top of the chat? I want to see. Oh, I can go up. Okay. Oh, it was buffering. I wonder what somebody trying to flag me. It better not be little fizz in them trying to flag me. I'm reading your messages, Lion Chocolate Bunny. Hey, boo. Thank you guys so much for coming. Chocolate Bunny, you can at least now. I don't expect you to go back in here and watch the whole hour and 2 hours. But I need you to come back in and get some of these jewels we've been dropping, girl. We've been dropping some jewels tonight, honey. Yes. Go back and look at my comments. Me and the Lion been in just going at it, girl. Y'all say hey to each other now if y'all don't know each other. Oh, what do you guys think about? Did you watch Chocolate Bunny? Did you watch this episode? I'm so behind. I need to get caught up. I think after this, I'm gonna go watch episode 8. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, and the last thing I want to say too. Oh God, well, I probably found y'all. I probably found, who knows? We probably found each other from each other. That's why I appreciate y'all so much. I love that we looking out like that. But it ended. I forgot to tell y'all the way that it ended with Soldier Boy. I don't know what is Soldier Boy needs some serious. He need to do some soul searching, okay? And he needs some serious therapy, shock therapy, and every other kind of therapy they have, because he got some serious issues with him. I can't say they all got issues. We all got issues. I mean, for real. But it just seems like he don't really want to hey Jackie, you caught me. I've already tell me about it, girl. I'm looking at this man like, bro, he half asleep in the confessional trying to talk and barely got his eyes open. They asked the man not to smoke. Do you remember when he didn't smoke that episode? That episode where they played that Twister, and he was like, ain't no other man finna be touching my girl, bro. He didn't smoke that day. And if you look, his eyes was like, the whole time, like, oh God, Soldier Boy is spaced out. This man needs some herbs now. Somebody let that man hit something once or twice to get some peace up in here. He can't handle himself. He cannot handle life, and therefore he have to smoke. That's the reason why we all cope, really. Whether you binge eat, whether you have anorexia, whether you cut yourself, whether you smoke, whether you pop pills, whether you drink liquor, whether you out here humping everything, walking, we all do this stuff to cope. This is stuff that we do to feel flesh-wise, because we don't want to do the work to feel mentally. So we want to get a quick fix real quick, flesh-wise. It feels good to us physically. So we use those coping mechanisms so we don't have to deal with life. That boy smokes so much, he don't even know what's his name. He don't know if his name is Soldier Boy, Soldier Man, Young Draco, Big Draco. We don't know either, because he don't know. And I know I'll be happy to call him Soldier Man after he finishes some 12-step program or some kind of rehabilitation service, because he most certainly needs it. She needs it away from him. Tammy needs it away from and with Walker. Tiffany needs it by herself. Fizz needs something by himself. Carl and Mo. Mo ain't never leaving. Carl gonna keep cheating because she said it's all right, and she got his back when he cheat. So if you say that, he gonna do it because you said it's okay. They ain't never going nowhere. Carl ain't never gonna get no respect because he don't respect himself either. Why do we think men don't lack self-respect? That should be a video right there. That should be a video. He got no superior complex where he feels like he's successful and he's made it, so you don't have to listen or work on any aspect of himself. He can tell that lie. He can tell that lie if he wants to. I mean, who is he lying to? Because he ain't lying to us. We already know what it is. He ain't lying to nobody but himself. That boy know he messed up in the head. He don't want to admit he's lazy. That's what it is. He doesn't want to admit that he's comfortable in his mess and his ignorance. Okay? That's all that is. That man know he messed up. Everybody in the Black community know they messed up. We all know we messed up. That ain't no secret. Okay? That is no secret. Somebody messed us up. We used to be not messed up. Hello. But then the people, okay, they mess you up. The world, technology, media, opinions, that stuff messes you up. It confuses you into thinking that you are not who God made you to be. Okay, you're somebody completely different. And all of that comes from them judging you, your story based on the chapter they walked in on. Okay. And judgment goes both ways. Judgment is just an opinion somebody gives you based on how they think. Y'all know nobody judge you, and it's always judged on them based on how they think. They're gonna judge you for making a decision different than what they would have made. They're gonna praise you for making the same choice that they did make. It's simple as that. When I got my hair pink, well, when I got it green the first time, couldn't nobody's compliments make or break me. You got to be so secure in yourself that no compliment can make you and can't no insult break you. Thank you for the compliment. Appreciate your input. But I ain't color my hair for y'all anyway. I color my hair for myself. You understand? It's hard to get that from people. But they act like men don't have low self-esteem issues. Y'all think when they right here hoeing and sticking their penis and everything, don't know what kind of disease the thing got, you just humping everything? Like, that is not, if you respected yourself or your penis, you would not be sticking that thing in something that could make it fall off, number one. And then they always want to talk about my seed, my seed. You wouldn't be planting seeds in dirty soil. Okay, because farmers, when they plant, it's possible that they plant seeds in soil that is damaged, and then they produce damage, they reap damaged or damaged harvest. Y'all take that in now. Go research how farmers they do that stuff. When the little plant grows up, the little seedling as it grows, you feel me? And you water it and you give it light. Y'all don't think that you gotta water equals purity, which means cleanliness. Okay? You got to give your seedling cleanliness, purity. You got to feed your child positivity, God, cleanliness, purity. Your child is your seedling. Hello? You feel me? And what else does it need aside from that? Light. You got to give your kid light, not darkness, light. Okay? Not feel bad, not to be sad, angry, abandoned, confused, neglected. That is darkness. The only thing that drives out darkness is light. If you don't give your kid light, how they gonna see when they out here in a world full of darkness? That's another thing. What else does a seedling need? Air, oxygen to breathe. You have to breathe life into your child. You have to teach your kid to choose life. It's one or the other, life or death. One or the other. And if you ain't being proactive in all of this, then that means that the people, society, textbooks, TV, radio, they're teaching your kid that there's somebody else. It's up to you to teach them who they really are. Trust and believe it. Because all that stuff is based on opinion. Why would you do your hair that way? I wouldn't do mine like that. I don't like it like that. And, Negro, I told my son, you got one answer anytime somebody ever asks you, why did you do something? And it don't got to be in a rude way, but simply because I wanted to. Our Christmas tree is still up. Okay? We had an Easter egg hunt, I think, in November. You feel me? We do what we want to do around here. But it's not it don't always work like that. And everybody don't teach that confidence in their kid. It all starts with the kids. You don't teach that confidence in your kids, it's a wrap. Men out here with no confidence and no self-esteem. Women running around with no confidence and no self-esteem. Men don't know their value. They're not taught to be leaders. Women don't know their value. They don't know how to be led. I mean, Matthew 15:14, if a blind person follows another person who is blind, both of them gonna fall into a pit. That is biblical. Y'all know all about the blind leading the blind, okay? You can't have a man or a grown boy trying to lead somebody and he don't even know how to lead his own self. How you gonna do that? And how is he gonna be able to lead if he's not taught that as a kid? These boys out here with these mommy issues and self-esteem issues out here humping everything, walking because they think that that's how they're supposed to be validated as a man or a boy. Or keep your penis clean. It's some dirty soil running around here. Okay, let me see. Oh goodness. What that thing say about Black China? Because I sure mentioned that earlier. The soldier boy walking around with Black China, he really confused. I just said that. Hey Corvon, I just said that. And it's sad, even with what's going on now. I know that the taping might have been done, what, 6 months ago, maybe? Oh, have a good night, goddess. I didn't know you were leaving. Please keep the bell on because we got to talk about it. But I was just saying that. I don't know what's going on between him and Nia. Like I said, I believe that they are broken up. She's done. She's not healed, but I believe she's done. He's not, but I believe they came on the show for her. She came on the show for some money. And I think he was trying to use this as an opportunity to try to fix what they had going on, but it's not working. And it's obvious that it's not working because either he still is choosing to blatantly disrespect this girl, or it really was over between the two of them because him running around with Summer Bunny and Black China, you know, if he was really serious about trying to work on things, and if she went to the show to try to work on things, how you out and about with them so fast like that? And if it's for publicity or for ratings or whatever, that can't feel good to Nia. Like I don't understand that. Like all of them, even Walker even said one time he feel like it's the chase. He gotta get it. Like you still trying to validate yourself. That's your coping mechanism. Sticking your penis and stuff. That's your coping mechanism. Feeling good for the moment for your flesh because you don't want to feel your pain. Like, bro, that's old news. Like we gotta stop that. But anyway, I can stay on here all night, Chocolate Bunny. Okay. But I've been on here for almost 2 hours. I can't even believe I be looking at lives like how they sit up there talking for 2 hours, bro. Like who sit there all that time? Hey Sierra Janae. Thank you for joining my live. I hope you can catch the replay, babe, because I'm about to get off this thing now. I'm so sad you came later. I wish you would have came earlier. How are you doing today? You feeling blessed today? Please, girl, go back in there because I'm telling you, it's some jewels up in there, girl. And some gems. I don't know what to say about these celebrities. I feel sorry for these people. Like, I really do. These people are forced to take on a whole nother persona on purpose. When you got regular people, we taking on a whole nother persona by accident. Okay? They take it on by accident, then gotta on purpose take on a whole nother persona and gotta continue to give everybody what they want, give the people what they want, which is the experience of them, and they are not allowed to be real. Them Disney celebrities and stuff, they can't be real. They can't do no wrong. They get ridiculed and drugged all over the world and around and back. Like it's crazy. That's why I'm gonna stick to what I know, which is who I am. Okay. So that way, if I want to do this YouTube entertainment thing and try to motivate, I want to be a motivational speaker. I really do. I want to get on stage. Oh my goodness. Thank you, C Bunny girl. Yeah, I want to get on stage and I want to speak and change some minds. I swear my little mission is motivation, inspiration, transformation. Period. I need for some people to understand you are limitless out here in these streets. Do you understand me? You born with the same body parts as anybody else. If you don't like your story, rewrite it. Y'all remember we used to stick them VHS tapes in no matter what movie it was when you bought it. If you got tired of that movie and you want to watch your show, you record over that VHS. I don't know how old y'all are. I'm 32. I don't know if y'all know about that. But you record over that VHS tape, you play that thing, and you pretend like that's your life. You fast forward it, rewind it, you go through that thing one time, you watch that movie, you deal with it, and then you go back and you record over that thing just like my daddy used to record Judge Mathis, okay, and fast forward through them commercials and everything. You just re-record over that thing. You don't like who you are? Become somebody new. That's what what's the man name? Jim Carrey did. That's why he play all them crazy roles. He said if he don't like Jim Carrey, he turn into who he want to be. That's what I started doing. Listen, what's my girl Corinne Hawthorne? She said, "Cause I can be what I want, try it if I want. It's spot power by the king, so he won't let me fall. I'm unstoppable." He won't let me fall. I'ma go, go, go. I am unstoppable. Sorry, y'all. I know I can't sing, but that's all right. Sierra girl, that's okay. I asked my nephew the other day, did he know who Destiny's Child was? That boy said, didn't she die? I said, Lord. I think that's why I know I'm old. That boy asked me, did Destiny's Child die? Oh, Lordy. But guys, I love y'all from the entire inside out. Y'all are the best. I see why people, I used to think they were lying when they say, oh, if it weren't for my fans, I'll be nothing. I ain't calling y'all fans now. Don't be no fanatic. But they say, if it wasn't for my fans, I'd be nothing. And maybe they saying that for TV, but I mean that thing, y'all. When I got my 100 subscribers, you couldn't tell me nothing. So I love y'all from the inside out. I appreciate y'all so much. Ah! We going to the top, y'all. You hear me? Oh, wait. Okay. We going to the top, y'all. We're going to be like the rich white people wearing sunglasses at nighttime, okay? Ow. Or like my mama in the movies, okay? So I will see you guys later. I love y'all from the inside out. Bye.